So you know you're a good video editor. You've done amazing video edits in the past that you've been really, really excited about and your clients have loved. And you want to keep that momentum going, but it's not always that easy, right? How do you get inspired in an edit? How does that work? It doesn't always happen, right? Is that you? If this is you today, then let's talk about this a little bit. I would love to share with you what I kind of do to help me through these times. And, when I was younger, editing was easy. I had a full-time job and I would edit on the side or film make, right? And edit on the side. So, part-time filmmaking and part-time editing really as a whole. And the edits were just easy to grind in. But now how do you keep that momentum going? How do you keep being inspired during the edit? Get that flow, right? That flow of editing where you're just like, you're in it and it's working out perfectly and beautifully. And you're so excited to finish this video because of the editing process, because it's going to be a cool looking edit, right? You're not excited to finish it just to get a paycheck. And that's something that we can fall into at some point in our careers, right? I would say when we start making more money, we start to fall into that, well, I'm getting a nice big paycheck at the end of this, so let's get it done. Yeah, it'll look good. Could it be better? Of course, it could always be better. But sometimes we don't push ourselves to that limit of, I was really inspired by this edit and I kept going because it was just inspirational and I went overboard with it. That is where we start to get to a point where what we do is because of the creative process, not because of the money that we receive at the end of it. And I always want to be doing this because of the creative process, because I enjoy making something that my client says, wow, this is beautiful, and retaining that client because of that, because they trust me now to make their brand or their product or whatever it is look awesome and tell their story in a correct way and not just getting a paycheck, right? If I just want a paycheck, I'll go get a corporate job and sit at a desk. And if I find myself sitting at my desk over there and just editing something to get it done and get paid, send me to a corporate job and let me just sit there and do whatever because I'm just working to get paid. At the end of the day, we do creative work because we like the creative process, not necessarily because it pays. Obviously, we need money, right? So getting a paycheck is good, but it's also a battle. It's also a battle because it competes with our creative process and it competes with our creativity. We finish, we get paid, right? But we also want to be creative because that's why we ended up doing this in the first place. Now, if you find yourself in any of this, I want to explain what I do to help me kind of get through this stuff, right? So the first thing I do, if I'm sitting and I'm just kind of getting through an edit, I'm just like, let's get this done. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be nice, but let me just finish it and get it done. The client's going to love it. If I'm sitting back like this and editing, I tell myself I need to stop sitting back. Like I need to sit up straight. I need to lean in and I need to take command of this edit here. And I know I'm out of focus, but I need to take control of this. I need to be in charge, right? Be really focused in. The next thing I do, and this is crucial, and this might be the only point I bring up, is when I start watching the edit from the beginning, I'll start it from the top and I'll start watching it. And when I say that part could be better, right? We've all done this. Say that part could be better. I could either let it go, right? And just continue watching and stop where something really needs to be fixed. Or I could stop there where I say that part could be better and I can make it creative. I can add cuts or take away cuts or add sound design or add a fake sun, whatever it might be, to make this thing look and feel awesome for my client and for me to be inspired. Once I start doing that, I am now infused with inspiration because I make this part good. I might spend 35, 45 minutes on this one part. And now it's like, wow, that part looks awesome. I'll watch it a few times and say, that looks awesome. And now the next part that comes up, I'm not just going to go by because I know that I can make that part look awesome too. Right? So now I make that part look awesome and then the next part look awesome. And I'm just on that flow. I'm in that flow, right? I'm in that rhythm. I'm breaking down the wall. It is an editing wall. And you have to punch your way through it at the very beginning. Once you punch your way through it, you're through it, right? In my experience, you can get through it that way and you can keep going once you're inspired. You basically force yourself to be inspired because it's in you. That creative editing style is in you. and you need to show yourself that you have it. And once you prove to yourself you have it, you're like, I can do this. And you just start grinding through this edit, and it becomes really, really fun. And at the end of the edit, you watch it and you say, I am so happy I forced myself to break through the wall to, again, just that one little piece, say that could be better and make it better, because now every little piece that you went by, you couldn't go by it because you know that you have the potential to make it awesome. In my opinion, that is the way to break down the editing wall and get into the flow of editing. And it might not work for everybody, but it works for me. I'm gonna go turn the computer back on really quick because it added a nice little feel. Should I just keep this going? I'll just keep this going. By the way, I just started using DaVinci Resolve, and I got this little speed editor thingamabob here, and I love it. I feel like DaVinci is probably the way to go, and I'm a Premiere guy, but I think it's probably the way to go. So we'll see. We'll see what the future holds for DaVinci Resolve. Where was I? Kind of forgetting where I was. But anyways, that principle you can take to even the filmmaking set. A lot of times we can get on the filmmaking set as well and just kind of be uninspired and like, not willing to take the next step, not willing to set up the light or set up the bounce to kind of make the shot look good. Just, let's just get this done. Let's get this moving. To me, that is a creative killer. You are killing your creativity. You are killing your retention with this client as well, because they're going to see the work that you put in and they're going to love it. They're going to love you. And I feel like my next video is going to be about breaking down the wall of the creative process in video production on field and on set, whether you have a lot of people on set, which sometimes can be a creative killer, to be honest with you, in my experience. And I want to talk about that in the next video. Basically the same thing, how to break down that wall, that creative wall when you're on set, and really get enthused and inspired when you're working. So anyways, guys, I hope you really like this video. Feel free to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, don't subscribe. There's so many YouTubers out there to subscribe to. I'm just one in a big sea of YouTubers, but this is something that I feel like I have experienced, and now I have knowledge to be able to talk to you about it. I'm not just, I haven't just been an editor for, 6 months. I've been an editor for almost my whole life here, my whole professional life. So these are some experiences that I've gone through and some ways to kind of get around them. Also, talking about being inspired, on one of my older videos, Blaine Westthrop, not sure how you say his last name, but he commented on one of my videos. He's a great YouTuber, definitely like an industry guy. He understands the industry probably way more than I do. And he commented on one of my videos and said, truth. And I think that's awesome. Thanks, man. Thanks, Blaine. You're inspiring me to kind of keep going with this thing and helping people who maybe are in ruts or are in challenging situations. So thanks, Blaine. I'm going to show you guys here. So that's Blaine. You should definitely subscribe to him. He's a really good YouTuber, in my opinion. He'll kind of give you some of the insider stuff. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for sticking around and watching.